welcome back to my ASMR channel. Somebody done told me that you're trying to learn how to braid again. Okay, girl, well, you know I got you. So, let's get started. We have a full head of hair sitting in front of us right now. Okay. Usually, you're gonna want to blow dry your hair beforehand so it can become a little bit easier to part your hair. But if you do not want to use heat, that is okay. Instead, you have to make sure your hair is moisturized, thoroughly moisturized. This first step is like completely optional, but I'm gonna use some water in a spray bottle. Okay, just regular water. Just gonna spray a little bit of this onto your hair. Make sure you get it pretty good. Oops, I don't sprayed you, sorry girl. And I'm gonna go in with the Camille Rose Moisture Milk. You want to get a hydrating moisturizer for your hair, especially if you have a low porosity hair. That is so important. I learned that low porosity hair basically kind of rejects water, hydration, and moisture. It's really hard to kind of get the product to soak into low porosity hair. So using a good moisturizer will definitely help, and also just wetting the hair beforehand, in my opinion, lets the product kind of get into the hair shaft and not on top of it, if that makes sense. I'm not licensed, girl. I'm just doing what I know. Use a little bit. It literally smells like frosting, vanilla frosting. Basically want to moisturize, really get up in there as well, okay? Moisturize them. When your hair is dry, it can become really difficult to braid the hair, but also you can have breakage by doing that, because you're basically like pulling and tugging on the hair. You don't want that, okay? Gotta make sure it's soft. Soft it in there if you need to. More in. That much. Just gonna get the back, the lower sides. Get it in there. Okay. Another small tip for braiding hair. You don't want to braid your hair when your ends are split and when they're too fresh in a cut, if that makes sense. It'll be very difficult to, braid hair when you just got your hair cut. But it's also kind of bad for your hair if you're braiding your hair and you have split ends. So make sure it's like not fresh but not too old. You get what I'm saying? You dig? Let me take this bracelet off so it don't keep hitting stuff. But next, if the hair has been moisturized with water and moisturizer, okay, now I'm going to comb it through. See how easy it goes through? God. I want to be breaking your hair. moisturized. Now it's time to part the hair. So I'm gonna use a rat tail comb. Rat tail comb. Okay, I like the metal ones better than the orange ones. Now let's take this half and section it in half. I'm gonna be doing 4 cornrows, 2 on this side and 2 on this side. I parted out this section here, as you can see, not 100% straight, I know that, but it's good enough. And I call these cornrows, which is basically like a flat braid all the way to the back. I call them cornrows. Some people call them French braids, I believe, but cornrows is what I grew up calling them. So that is what we're